So I lost reception before, so hopefully this comes back on. And what I'm doing right now is just sauteing the greens. Right, I have some tomatoes in here. Hey, just Leila, thank you for jumping on. I was on a part one before and my reception went bad. So just let me know if I'm getting bad reception on your side or if you can hear me, that would be really appreciated. Um, but I'm just making my high protein breakfast. And what we were making is a salmon omelet that's going to have about 40 to 45 grams of protein in just that meal. Okay, you're back. Is it your boy Coco? Is it good? I hate some pork chops, mac and cheese. Oh my gosh, that is a meal. That is a meal. Your boy Coco, can you let me know if I'm coming through okay? Okay, thank you so much. All right, so we're back. We're just sauteing the I think I may need a little more um because I'm making for myself and my husband, and I think this is good. Did you get the breakdown? I think I got the breakdown, but if you can tell me it here, the last thing I got was 40 grams of protein from the salmon. Um, I don't think I got the eggs breakdown with it, and then I told you that the bread had 3 grams of protein per slice. I'm only probably going to need one slice because this is going to be a voluminous meal in the sense that there's a lot that's going to make me feel full, and so I'm not going to need as much bread to fill me up. I am cooking a salmon omelet, focusing on high protein, and so I've never done that before. So you guys are cooking it with me. I'm going to season this right now. This is spinach, tomatoes, and a little bit of onions in here. Okay, and I think this is my base for. This is going to be the base for my putting it together. Um, but I'm going to cook everything in the same pot. I'm just not going to cook them all at the same time. Okay, thank you so much, Damien. I appreciate that. Okay, and so I'm just seasoning this with a little bit of black pepper and salt. And I'm just going to add a pinch of garlic because who doesn't love garlic with their spinach? I think it's if I had thought about it earlier, I would have had some fresh garlic, but I'm just gonna add it on here and just put that in there. Okay. I think the key to being able to stay on any new nutrition is just the food gotta taste good. If the food tastes good, anybody will eat it. And I think we've fooled ourselves into thinking that if it tastes good, then it's actually probably not good for us and we shouldn't be using that. But not I. I'm not eating it if it doesn't taste good. So I'm just gonna transfer this in this bowl for now. And so all this is some spinach, tomatoes, and onions. Just a little mixture. And now I'm gonna make the salmon, and then last will be the eggs, okay? And then I'm gonna cut up some avocado with it. Okay. Reebok says poop soup. Okay. 4-year-old Reebok. Is your parents know that you're on right now? Do your parents know that you're on YouTube? Okay. So I'm adding some. This is okay. I'm just gonna put. Yeah, that should be enough. Half and half. My husband and I. Okay. I'm gonna erase the. Now these were cut up. The reason why they look like this is because I made salmon tartare over the weekend, and so they were already cut up like that. And why put them to waste? They were never really seasoned per se, except for a little bit of a sauce that I made with my salmon tartare. So I'm not going to do too much, but just going to add a little more flavoring to it to match the flavoring with the veggies that's there. And so this is giving me a really high protein breakfast. And so Damien did the breakdown and he says the salmon omelet is 32 grams of protein with 4 grams of carb with 3 grams of omega 3. Nice. Okay. And that included the omelet, the eggs that had the cottage cheese, right, Damien? Because I'm trying to get as much. Ideally, I would like at 40 grams of protein. Today, I did not have a breakfast that I packed in advance, and I really think it messed with me all day. I was sluggish, I was sleepy, and I just, I was just not in the mood most of the time. I felt like slower to respond to things, and I think it was the breakfast, the lack of protein, the lack of carbs that I had been doing all this time. This smelled so good. Like, why didn't I think of this earlier? But this is what you do. You go to your fridge and you don't have to eat the same thing every day. I promise you, dinners could be turned into breakfast. This smells amazing. And I'm not doing much with it. Some just doing a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit. Hear me out. Hear me out. Remember, we talk about seasoning your food how you want it, and it doesn't have to just be salt and pepper. But I kind of want some heat to it a little bit. So I'm looking for some black pepper, but I don't see any. Not black pepper, some red pepper. I'm not seeing my red pepper. Crushed red pepper for that heat. Oh, it's right here in front of me. So I'm gonna add a little bit of that. Just a little bit of heat. And this is nice and getting brown and nice in there. And this will be something that's really going to add some nice umami flavor to this omelet. I like how it's browning over here, like you could see. So I'm going to leave it a little bit because I like that brown bits. And if you want a little bit of color, you can do a little bit of paprika. Not too much. This is what I call, like, you know what? I'm going to make this a $30 breakfast at home, Because if you were to try to cook this or order this out, how much do you think you're going to pay for this? Hello from Japan. Thank you for jumping in. One of my absolutely most favorite countries that I've ever visited was Japan, including buying my Miyabi knife. Avocado with, okay, salmon, 32. The avocado will contain 13 grams, good fat. Sacramento, California is jumping in. Omelet is 730 over here. Where's the steak? It's omelet. It's 7:30 over here. Okay, I am cooking my breakfast for tomorrow. So that's why I'm saying an omelet, because I'm going to cook this for tomorrow. All right. I'm going to transfer this to my bowl for now. And I'm in California as well. It is that time. But I was saying that I've been on this weight loss journey. And when I fail to plan, definitely doing myself a disservice. Okay. Now, the last thing in is the eggs. And I'm wondering, should I do a clean bowl or should I do the eggs in the bowl that have all the different, all these different things in it that's already there. I'm going to go in because I don't want to wash another plate or bowl or anything. Keep it simple. Besides, all of those things are going to be mixed back into it anyway. So I am going to go in. Hopefully I don't regret this decision. So what you're seeing is cottage cheese, egg whites, and whole eggs in there. I'm going to lower my heat. The thing about cooking eggs is patience, 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 patience. And while I said this was supposed to be an omelet, I am never good at having the full things together. So it's going to be a scramble. We'll call this a scramble. Okay? And so I'm going to let this kind of cook a little bit on a low heat. And I have cottage cheese in here, and the reason I'm adding the cottage cheese is to give the eggs additional protein. Okay? There is no ice. Your toast is going to be 14 grams of carbs, 1 gram of fiber, and 4 grams of protein. Yes. Okay. Ayana. Okay. Perfect. There it is. So now I'm just trying to make this, get these eggs moving. I should have probably done a clean bowl. But I figured I'm going to be putting everything in here. So why dirty something else up? But we'll see how this turns out. I'm also going to add a little bit of cheddar cheese with this. I always love how the cheddar cheese tastes with this mixture. And right now, all I have is egg whites, eggs, and cottage cheese. And then I'm going to add some, if we have any more left, I'm going to add some cheddar cheese on it. Okay. Let me know if you have done cottage cheese in your eggs before, or if that is definitely foreign and different. And I tell you, like a lot of people who say they don't like cottage cheese, you really don't taste the cottage cheese when you do it like this. Like I to this day couldn't tell you what it tastes like because every time I've used cottage cheese in something, I've always mixed it in with the eggs or something, and I just don't taste it. So I don't, it's giving me the protein. It's not doing anything. There's no distinct flavor. Look how fluffy these eggs are, though. I always like how it makes my eggs fluffier, though. I can tell you that much. I'm like, ugh. The eggs are so fluffy. So the question is, should I mix it all together or just have them as separate pieces? Like, should it go in all of them? Or should I have separate pieces? Yeah, I think the flavor it's going to it's seasoning the eggs. So I'm not mad at that. But now, should we pour in or should we give it to them? Should it be different or separate? I'm adding a little bit of salt, not too much. Having the full egg with yolk and all completes the chain of protein. Oh, okay. Got it. I see what you're saying. So try to have the yolks with it. Don't always go with pure egg whites. Is that what you're saying? I think that's a great idea. I never even thought about that. Okay. So I have my eggs kind of coming together. And then I'm going to do a couple more things because we are doing a lot before. And so we're not done yet. We're not done yet, okay? We want to make sure that I'm going to leave this on here for 2 seconds. I'm going to bring this guy back so that you can see how to treat yourself just as well at home. And it doesn't have to cost you a lot of money. You get what you need health wise, lux wise, and that people, you realize like, oh, okay, I could do this at home as well. I don't always have to go to a restaurant to get this type of experience. Okay, so we have an avocado. Okay. And so just so you can see, because this could be something you make at home as well. Saturday, it's time to eat a beautiful brunch. You don't always have to go out, especially when you're trying to stay true to, you know, high protein, and sometimes the restaurants may not have exactly what you want. This is what I do. I make my own restaurant style meal. Okay. And if you can incorporate avocados in your meals, it's so healthy. This is what they call the healthy fats, right? Healthy for you. Okay. But let's make it tasty as well. So I always a little bit of just a little bit of salt. Nothing crazy, just a little bit of salt. And we're going to put a little bit, okay? Okay, we're mixing together, okay? I see. All right, let's go for it. Let's mix it together and see how that looks. Okay, so we have our salmon. And we have our mix here. I'm going to turn the heat on for a second. Lower it down. It's almost like grits, shrimp and grits almost. Okay. Before I plate this, I want to make sure that the seasonings are all mixed in there. So I'm going to taste this. I want to make sure the salmon tastes like, salmon is cooked. It needs a little bit of black pepper. And I'm going to add a little bit of cheddar cheese. Cheddar cheese and salmon. Who would have think? This looks good though. Raise the heat a little bit so it can get that cheese melted. Okay. And let's try with the eggs and the okay. Now we're talking. You know when you taste your food and you just know immediately what it's missing? Mm. Okay. All right. The oil is extracted from the seed to be used in hair care products to strengthen and keep your hair healthy and silky smooth. Which oil is it? The omega oil? Okay, omega 3. Yep. Okay. All right. I'm going to just plate this a little bit just to see. Okay. Let's go in here. Get rid of our avocados. Okay, let me get one more thing. Well, a couple more things because it's breakfast after all. And so just top off everything with what we like. And like they would do in a restaurant, some garnish, right? And so put this aside for a second. I have some chives here that goes really good with seafood all the time. So I'm going to take a couple of pieces. Oh, there goes a little piece that's left there. And since we're talking breakfast, I'm going to put everything on the same plate. I have a couple of strawberries. And this is how I treat myself. Like you could put it on the same plate. Like, or if you want to be real fancy, could be separated with some Greek yogurt, right? We want to be really fancy. But these I like because very low calories. So I'm not going to be adding too much. And strawberries I just absolutely love. And some fresh blueberries on the same plate. I know some people don't like their fruits. Some people don't like their fruits touching each other, but. And then the last thing I'm gonna do, because I promise you, if you get this, you would put this on every single thing because it just goes. It literally. All right. DJ East, you just subbed. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm working on my garnishments, but I'm not there yet. So work with me here. Because I eat with my eyes, and when you see things like this, you just want to make sure that if you were to give this to someone, would they be like, oh my gosh, what is that? Can I have it? And so this is what it is. So the vegetable is the pickled red onions with avocado. It's like, OMG. Like, why didn't anyone ever do that before? It is, I will eat this alone, like by itself. And then I just put a little bit on top of the eggs. And so what we have here is a salmon omelet, and we're trying to get to a very high protein count. And so this is something I'm gonna have for breakfast tomorrow. Okay, so check out the plate. You got your healthy fats with your avocado drizzle. All you have to do is take this out and add it on there. Please, if you get this and you try it, come back to the channel and say, ma'am, you were right. It's amazing. Please, I promise you. And then I had some salmon that I had made this weekend. I had some leftovers for salmon tartare. So I just went ahead and cooked those separately, added a little bit of garlic powder, salt and pepper, nothing fancy, and also some red pepper flakes just to give some heat. You don't have to. And then separately was some eggs with 2 whole eggs and egg whites. And so we had 2 whole eggs, egg whites, and cottage cheese, giving me the additional protein. And then I had my what did I have? Oh, spinach and tomato mixture. And then I put all of this together, and this is breakfast. And then, of course, some berries, blueberries and strawberries, low in calories. This is going to hold me over. And then what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to toast 1 slice, and that will be it. Okay, just 1 slice. I want to get some carbs in tomorrow, so that would be it. Let me know if you're feeling it. Those are onions. I love to make the pickled red onions are, I should probably be making it, because the amount of money I spend buying these jars, I should at this point just make it myself. But this is a healthy, nutritious, amazing breakfast. It came together. I had no idea what I was going to make when I got down here. But, you go in your fridge and you're like, okay, well, what is it that I want to have? I know I wanted high protein. I wanted a little bit of carbs, and I wanted to taste delicious. And that's how you bring it together, okay? Damien, thank you so much. I appreciate your help in bringing this together as well. And this is what I will have for breakfast tomorrow. And I bet you my whole attitude tomorrow will be so much different than it was today, because I definitely did not plan breakfast. And because of that, I had a lousy day, mood-wise, energy-wise. So get your breakfast in, get those proteins in, and I promise you, in general, the high protein is working. I am losing. I didn't have hundreds of pounds to lose, but I could see the difference in my clothes. I feel like this feels even a little too big for me right now. But I'm loving this, okay? So if you haven't had a chance to hit the thumbs up, go ahead, please. And if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to me, go ahead and do that as well if you like what you're seeing. And of course, check out the other videos on my channel where I talk about how to have a luxe lifestyle on a budget, not only in the kitchen, but just a lifestyle in general that does not require you to spend a lot of money or feel like you have to spend a lot of money to enjoy the life you want. And it also starts with what we eat, okay? Well, enjoy the rest of your evening. I will see you tomorrow, probably a little later. I will probably be cooking at 7. I'm thinking of doing high protein appetizers. Like on the weekend, we don't really do big meals. We kind of just munch on things. And I feel like maybe we should do some high protein appetizers to just either have friends over or people over and still be able to eat the things that you want to eat, look amazing, and not feel like you have to give up your lifestyle just so that you can entertain. So let me know in the comments if that's something that you would want to see. First time watching you, enjoyed your life cooking and healthy too. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Until tomorrow, 7 o'clock tomorrow, because I'm going to happy hour before I come home. But see you tomorrow. Bye.